Hi, we're here for chapter 2 of Sticker Dollies, Baby Dragon. So what was chapter 2? It was Finding Moss, right? Here it is, chapter 2, Finding Moss. The magic dolls hurried down the path beside a sparkling river to Dragon Rock. Gosh, said Lily, I always forget how beautiful it is here, but it's so windy. I'm glad we've got our cloaks. Me too, said Grace, wrapping herself in her cloak's flame-red folds. They hadn't gone far when the trees parted, and there stood Dragon Rock, its lofty heights hidden in wisps of cloud. You can tell why it's called Dragon Rock, hey? Lily studied the mission map. It looks like the baby dragon is on the north face of the rock, she said, so we'll need to walk around to find him. I wonder what's happened to his parents, said Grace as they circled the rock. I do hope they come back soon. We'll just have to care for him as best we can until they return, said Lily. They looked up from their conversation to see Holly a little way ahead, gazing up at the cliff face through her telescope. She said, I think this mission is going to be tricky. She pointed towards a jutting ridge just beneath the peak. Look up there, she said, passing Grace her telescope. At that little green dot, I think that's our dragon. Oh no, said Grace. I don't think Mission Control realized how high he was going to be. We can't climb, said Holly. There are hardly any footholds. It would be dangerous climbing back down, trying to hold him at the same time. I've read about baby dragons, said Grace, and I know they can fly from birth. We'll just have to get the dragon to come to us. Good idea, said Holly. We'll need to attract his attention first. She cupped her hands around her mouth to make her voice louder. Little dragon, she called. Ooh, little dragon, come down. Grace waved her arms in the air, and Holly called again. Oh, he's looking at us, said Lily, peering through the telescope. He's moved closer to the edge. Cute little dragon. This time, Grace and Holly called together. The baby dragon flapped his little wings, but nothing happened. Said Lily. Maybe there's a special call we need to make? Yes, that's it, cried Holly. We need to call to the dragon like his mother would. Grace pulled out their book on magical creatures and began leafing through. Here we go, she said. Mother dragons call to their babies with a special sound. It starts as a low rumble and then becomes high-pitched at the end. Each call lasts for around 10 seconds, and it sounds something like this. Grrrr-eek. Lily cupped her hands to her mouth. Grrrr-eek. Again, nothing happened. Maybe you didn't go up high enough at the end, wondered Grace. She handed Lily the book and then climbed the little hill behind them and called out to him. Grrrr-eek. This time, without a moment's doubt, the dragon flapped his little wings and took off from the cliff edge towards them. Oh, isn't he sweet, gasped Lily. The baby dragon was a clumsy flyer, veering this way and that, his wings flapping furiously. Grace held out her arms, and he flew straight into them. Instinctively, she hugged him to her and smiled as his little head rested on her shoulder. Holly wrapped the blanket around to keep him warm. He's gorgeous, she said, gently stroking him. His eyes are like the night sky. What are we going to call him? How about Moss, said Grace, to suit his shining green scales. Perfect, said Lily. Now we just need to work out what kind of dragon he is so we know what to feed him. She opened up the book. Types of Dragon, a Field Guide. It's extremely difficult to tell most baby dragons apart. For many species, it is impossible to tell what they are until they were at least 1 year old. 1-year-old dragons' changes are just beginning to show. A common green dragon has small rounded bumps on the back and the tail. An emerald fire dragon has pointed wings and spikes. A glitter dragon, which is very rare, breathes out glitter. He could be an emerald fire dragon, said Grace. Or a common green, suggested Lily. Or a flaming inferno, said Holly, turning the page. They looked him over. No, said Grace, it's impossible to tell. Well, said Lily, it says here most baby dragons like to eat snarkleberries, prickle fruit, and crinkle leaves. So let's start with those. Grace, do you want to stay here and cuddle the dragon, said Holly, if I go and look for the food? And I'll go down to the river and fill his bottle with water, said Lily. He's sure to be thirsty. But when Holly came back with food, the baby dragon refused everything they offered him. The only thing he would take was water from the bottle. This isn't good, said Grace, looking worried. He has to eat soon. Maybe he's unwell. Suddenly, the dragon gave a little cough. Stand back, everyone, said Grace, expecting to see a spurt of flame. But instead, out came a spray of rainbow glitter. Wow, she gasped. He must be a glitter dragon. They are really rare. No wonder he didn't want any of the food we were offering. What do glitter dragons eat? Asked Holly. I know it's something special, said Lily, turning to the chapter on glitter dragons. Here we are. They eat sparkleberries, and they only grow on the cliff tops of Shimmer Island. Shimmer Island, said Holly, checking her map. Oh dear, how are we ever going to get over there? That's the end of chapter 2. You'll have to come back so we can see chapter 3, Stormy Seas. Bye-bye for now.